Okay, just want to do a quick comparison of these two cord reels, retractable cord reels. One's from Sears, it's the Craftsman brand, of course. One's from Harbor Freight, and this one I just bought today. This one I've had for 6 years sitting on the shelf. I'm just now going to put it up. In fact, you can see how old it is. This one actually came with this drop light. It's a fluorescent drop light, if that tells you how long it's been sitting on my shelf. So I'm not even sure you can... I'm sure they make fluorescent bulbs still, but just not very common. So just to compare the two, I mean, looking at them, they look the same as far as the housings go, as far as the mounts go. You know, as far as the opening goes there. And then here on the Craftsman as well. Same kind of thing. Of course, the plug's a little bit different. There's a circuit breaker right there and a circuit breaker right here. So that's nice to have those right there. And the comparison of the specs are the Craftsman's 30-foot cord, 13 amps on a 14 gauge cord. The Harbor Freight one, this is 30 feet also, and it's 10 amps on a 16 gauge cord, which, you know, makes sense. I almost didn't get this today because I thought, that's 16 gauge is pretty small. Of course, the average wiring in your house is either 12 or 14 gauge. A lot of it's 14 gauge. So, and then I got to thinking about this grinder right here, this DeWalt grinder. This is a 9 amp grinder, okay? And the cord is 18 gauge. So, see if we can find it here. There it is right there. This might not come out my camera, but that says 18 gauge right there. Anyhow, so that's a pretty small gauge. So putting that with the 16 gauge cord, if my grinder gets hot or it trips the breaker, then I'll know it's too much. But I'm going to go ahead and use this on one side of the garage. I'm going to use this on the other side. That's more common, just since it'll carry a few more amps. And I think they're both going to do fine. As far as this adapter goes, I kind of like this style better than this, just because if I pull with my tool, this is kind of in line with the cord, right? And your tool tends to pull out, your tool cord tends to pull out, and this one's not in line, so it tends to either pull more cord out or get your attention and stop before it pops out, because the cord's sticking out here and it ends up pulling it, if that makes sense. So I like that design a little bit better. Otherwise, it looks pretty much like the same unit. We're going to flip it over and just look at the other side. And you know, the housings are the same. So I would expect the internals are the same as well. I say the housings are the same. It's a little bit different design. This is a little bit bigger. This is a little bit smaller. But I mean, they're probably made at the same factory because everything's so similar. So just a little bit different design on the actual housing. Now, you know, $80 versus $40. So will I even use that? I kind of doubt it. I might use it because it did come with this nice magnet that you can stick to the inside of your hood, and so at least get some light down where you're working if you're working under your car or underneath your hood. So we'll get them up, we'll compare them. I'll let you know if I have any problems with either of them.